800 meters below the Solomon Sea, where sunlight has never returned since 1942. A shape appeared on the sonar screen. Sharp angles, gun mounts, the unmistakable silhouette of a warship severed in two. On July 12, 2025, remotely operated cameras descended into the black water and illuminated a hull that had not been seen in 83 years. This was not a rumor, not a legend. This was Teruzuki, and she was still armed. ROV cameras were deployed. What emerged from the darkness was the forward section of an Akizuki-class destroyer, its hull fractured and listing to one side. Depth charges still rested in their racks. Torpedo tubes pointed outward into the void. Researchers, including Japanese naval historians, confirmed the identity. This was Imperial Japanese Navy destroyer Teruzuki, sunk December 12, 1942, documenting known and suspected wreck sites. Most targets turned out to be natural formations or already identified vessels, but this signal was different. The geometry was too precise, the metal signature too strong. When the ROV's lights cut through the murk and revealed the characteristic lines of an Akizuki-class destroyer, still visible on corroded plating, 8 100mm dual-purpose guns, 4 25mm anti-aircraft mounts, 8 torpedo tubes, radar equipment that was cutting edge in 1941. She was fast, heavily armed, and built to survive, and for nearly a year she did. She escorted troop transports. She bombarded shorelines. She fought off air attacks in some of the most contested waters on Earth for over 8 decades. Her exact resting place was unknown. Survivors' accounts were fragmented. Navigation records were incomplete. Divers and research teams had passed over this site for years. The depth alone made casual exploration impossible. Until now, she had remained invisible, swallowed by the same waters that claimed dozens of other warships in a 6-month period. The were blown outward by internal pressure. Within minutes, the ship began to sink stern, first into water too deep for any rescue. Survivors reported the rapid sinking. The stern went under first, and the ship disappeared into the darkness. Some men were trapped below. The wreck now resting on the seabed is a snapshot of that catastrophic sequence. The severed hull sections lie where physics and fate left them. Depth charges still visible in ROV footage are evidence of the blast, not just from the American weapon, but from the destroyer's own defensive armament turning against itself. This was not a clean sinking. It was chaotic, violent, and fast. 176 men aboard, 156 of whom never returned home. The crew of Teruzuki were sailors following orders in a war that consumed millions. Many were young men conscripted from towns and villages across Japan. They served their country in the way their time demanded. They stood watches. They maintained equipment. They followed commands. And then in the span of minutes on a December night in 1942, 156 of them were gone. The wreck is complete. The men who went down with Teruzuki did not have the luxury of knowing how their story would end, or whether anyone would remember them. They had only the immediate. The choices were made. What could have been different? The discovery of the wreck does not answer all these questions, but it acknowledges them. It says, this happened here, and is patient. And the list of ships still missing in Iron Bottom Sound is long. Somewhere in the darkness, other wrecks are waiting. Other crews are still on watch, and we are only beginning to find them. Respect the deep, honor the lost. Keep watching.